What's going on, you guys? Yeah. Yep. And almost expected turn of events. It's looking like this thing with Errol Spence Jr. and Terrence Bud Crawford is not happening November 19th. Hit that like button as you come on in. We go talk about it. Be sure to check out the Spence Crawford playlist. Also, go subscribe to Bushido Boxing TV. We almost at 31,000 subscribers over there. Yeah. But this fight, man, I seen the reports, right? I seen the reports, but I didn't actually watch what Mike Heppinger had to say on Max on Boxing, so I'm gonna watch it for the first time, see what exactly did he had to say in regards to this fight really not happening. Hit that like button to come on in. It's some bullshit. I never seen anything like it in my life. Hit that like button. Come on, let me see who's up in here. Salute to WJ Lucky. What's going on, bro? He says, salute Bushido. I'm hoping the PBC is going back on the two-way rematch clause, but agreed to. Errol still ducking. Also, Charlo will drop all the belts before you fight Bud. Hashtag Boogeyman Bud. Salute, bro. J Ross Level Up Boxing TV. Salute, man. Y'all go subscribe to J Ross Level Up Boxing TV. What's going on, Jason Williams? Salute. Y'all hit that like button for your boy. What's up, Tyrese? I see you in the building. He said on to the mandatories. Pretty much, bro. Pretty much. Let's see here. Hold up. Let's get this thing rolling. This shit kind of crazy, man. It seemed like it was like a hurdle after hurdle, and now the fight may not happen till next year or some shit, man. It's crazy. All right, let's see. Mike Heppinger came out earlier, and he says the Errol Spence Terrence Crawford undisputed welterweight championship fight is in jeopardy due to lingering contract issues. Sources tell ESPN. And if the fight does take place, it won't be November 19th. Details at 5. All right, let's see.
And the issue, Max.
2 weeks ago, you reported that Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence was close to being made, but we still don't have a deal. What's the latest?
Max, we're getting further away than ever before. It was targeted for November 19th. I am told that if it does happen now, it's going to get pushed into either December or January. And the issue, Max, I am told, is that there are disagreement in the contract over event expenses and basically transparency related to those expenses. Terrence Crawford agreed to take the short end of the split and work off of no guarantee, and he wants to be able to just have some transparency there related to it, since he's going to be working off of the net revenue. And so far, they have been unable to clear this up. It feels like Al Heyman is holding up the deal right now. He advises Spence. Spence wants it. Crawford wants it. And for Crawford to agree to work off of just a purse split shows you how badly he wants this, in my opinion.
Hold on a second.
Yeah. Hold on a fucking second. Oh, man. So Terrence Crawford is not even getting a fucking guarantee? He's only getting a purse split? He's not even getting a guarantee for this fight, bro. Is that what they're saying? Is this what Mike Heppinger is saying right now?
Stop the cap.
Nah. You mean tell me he's fighting for just a purse, not just wait, hold on. Let me run it a little bit for the people just coming in. Hit that like button as you come on in.
Disagreement in the contract over event expenses and basically transparency related to those expenses. Terrence Crawford agreed to take the short end of the split and work off of no guarantee, and he wants to be able to just have some transparency there related to it, since he's going to be working off of the net revenue. And so far, they have been unable to clear this up. It feels like Al Heyman is holding up the deal right now. He advises Spence. Spence wants it. Crawford wants it. And for Crawford to agree to work off of just a purse split shows you how badly he wants this, in my opinion.
Hold on a second. You mean to tell me, because anyone who follows the way, Hollywood or anything, there's no such thing as the net. It's all the growth. I mean, certainly if you don't have oversight of the books, right, approving expenses, or certainly at least knowing where all the money's going, no one would ever agree to a net. The fact that Crawford's you work off the gross. But if you're working off the net, then certainly if what you're reporting is accurate, then Crawford would be out of his mind not to insist on that. And you're telling me that that's what's holding it up, that Al Heyman, who's advising Errol Spence, is not giving Terrence Crawford oversight over expenses or giving him transparency to the books, of the books. He's not letting him take a look at the books. And that's why Crawford won't sign, because that sounds to me, Mike, like a duck. That sounds like Al Heyman doesn't think that his guy is going to win and is ducking Terrence Crawford.
Wow. Now, this is my first time hearing this shit, right? This is my first time hearing it. I'm hearing it live for the first time. Oh, whoa. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. It got mainstream now with a duck talking.
Yeah, this is a mess right now, Max. I mean, they're trying to work through it. They thought they had a deal, and they need transparency over the expenses because Crawford, that's how much Crawford's going to make, right? This is a massive fight, as you've said over and over. Crawford wants to make sure he's being taken care of course. And it's different, right? Errol Spence is on the Al Heyman side. He's with PBC. He's a big star in his own right. Crawford's looking for some transparency in good faith. And so far, they have not been able to come to terms on that.
And incidentally, I would welcome Al Heyman on this program to tell his side of the story. That's an open invitation. But it sounds like a duck to me. If it quacks like a duck and walks like a duck, it's a duck.
Wow. Get the fuck out of here. Hit that like button for your boy, man. Wow. That was my first time seeing that. If that was your first time seeing it, well, damn. They talking mainstream like how we talking. They said if it's quacks like a duck, man, they pretty much saying Errol Spence and them ducking Terrence Crawford right now. That's basically what they saying, bro. Basically, this is my first time getting the details of the information. I seen it. I read the little tweet that Cap had earlier, but I didn't hear the details, these details. It's just, I mean, if something like that, something as minor as that is holding up the fight. I mean, if Terrence Crawford agreed to all the terms and all that other shit, right? If he agreed to all the terms and did all that, then what's really the issue for him wanting to have some transparency to see where the money is really going? I mean, we already heard it, Crawford, when they want to know where every dollar's going. You know what I'm saying? They want count every penny and shit. So they want to know where all the money's going. If you know what I'm saying? And Al Heyman don't want to. I guess they working on that information. It looked like this fight ain't gonna happen November 19th, people. Some of you guys predicted it. I was on the fence about it. I kind of figured at this point, if it don't happen by this past Wednesday, it ain't gonna happen at all. It's probably likely December or maybe next year or something. Crazy. It seemed like they stalling Crawford out or something. That's what it seemed like, man. What's going on, ALB Easy? I see you in the building. He says at YSM and his sources got some explaining to do. Damn. He said ESPN couldn't create their own narrative. Damn. Is it true that Ennis is the mandatory for Spence? Yeah, man. Ennis is going to be bumping on his door soon, bro. They offer Crawford 35% with no rematch clause. He said this fight ain't even happening early next year. Man. Look, man. I have no faith at all if this fight gonna happen now. If it wasn't gonna happen when it was supposed to happen, then I don't think it's gonna happen, bro. If they doing all of this, maybe they didn't think Crawford would take the non-guarantee. He ain't even getting a guarantee for this fight, bro. According to Mike Cappinger, okay? He's not even getting a guarantee for this fight. He's going strictly off the net or whatever. So that's how bad he wanted this fight, bro. So we can't sit here and say Terrence Crawford never wanted this fucking fight, dude. Just because he want to oversee where the money's going. This shit's wild. They called out Al Heyman on ESPN and shit too. And I think the full episode is coming on actually like at 5. But yeah, they called out Al Heyman on PBC, bro. And this is bad for boxing, dude. Let me send a link out, man. We're going to open this panel up early. Because I got to get you guys' thoughts. Man, y'all already know what I got to say. I already heard what I got to say. I want to do this shit's crazy, bro. You said J-Rock says it's a wrap for this fight, bro. Heyman making Spence look bad. Man, Al Heyman ain't making shit look good at all right now, bro. Nah, bro. There's no defending this. You know what I'm saying? Especially if Terrence Crawford just took whatever to make the fight. And all he asking for is some transparency and the expenses. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, LT?
Hey, what's going on, man? Man, this is some sad news, man.
Yeah, it is.
And
Hold on. Hey, real quick.
Hold on.
Salute to Slide Tendencies for the super chat. He says, Bud taking less and less in the rematch clause. It's clear what the issue is. Hashtag Arrow Sprint. Salute, man. Thank you for the super chat.
Well, that's not necessarily true. I don't know. Did the article say that? Because that's not what I read in the article.
I mean,
that's that.
Did you hear what they just said, though? Did you
No.
hear it?
Which part? Which part?
The whole thing here.
Expenses and basically that if it does happen now, it's going to get pushed into either December or January. And the issue, Max, I am told, is that there are disagreement in the contract over event expenses and basically transparency related to those expenses. Terrence Crawford agreed to take the short end of the split and work off of no guarantee, and he wants to be able to just have some transparency there related to it, since he's going to be working off of the net revenue. And so far, they have been unable to clear this up. It feels like Al Heyman is holding up the deal right now. He advises Spence. Spence wants it. Crawford wants it. And for Crawford to agree to work off of just a purse split shows you how badly he wants this, in my opinion.
Hold on a second. You mean to tell me, because anyone who follows the way, Hollywood or anything, there's no such thing as the net. It's all the growth. I mean, certainly if you don't have oversight of the books, right, approving expenses, or certainly at least knowing where all the money's going, no one would ever agree to a net. The fact that Crawford's you work off the gross. But if you're working off the net, then certainly if what you're reporting is accurate, then Crawford would be out of his mind not to insist on that. And you're telling me that that's what's holding it up, that Al Heyman, who's advising Errol Spence, is not giving Terrence Crawford oversight over expenses or giving him transparency to the books, of the books. He's not letting him take a look at the books. And that's why Crawford won't sign? Because that sounds to me, Mike, like a duck. That sounds like Al Heyman doesn't think that his guy is going to win and is ducking Terrence Crawford.
Wow.
Yeah, this is a...
Hey.
Yeah. So in response to what Slide Tendency says, that's not necessarily true. We don't exactly know what he accepted in a rematch, but that's neither here nor there. At the end of the day, man, I gotta call a spade a spade. I think PBC doesn't want this fight. It is what it is.
Hold up.
Whoa!
Did I just hear that from LT?
Yeah, listen. People always give me a shit when I give my opinion, but man, if you really listen to what I say, I'm very consistent. I said PBC. I didn't say Spence yet. I said PBC or Spence at all. We said what I said yet. We take that back. But I didn't say Spence. I said PBC. So with that being said, listen. I mean, I gotta call the truth. What the truth is, it's looking like it's the PBC, man. It's not saying Spence. Again, people keep saying Spence. Not saying Spence. The PBC, and it's looking like I don't know, man. Because at the end of the day, you have Bernie come out and say it, Blue Blood saying it with Bernie, and now you have the PBC come out and say it, man. At the end of the day, somebody's gonna have to be blamed for this, man. And it's looking like it's the PBC that doesn't want this fight.
Damn! Wow. I can't believe you even came on here and said that.
Huh? No, but listen. But why people say, "Oh, I'm so surprised, bro"? I am a logical, fair person. I listen, and I still stand by when I said Spence not ducking, because we don't have evidence for that, but we have all this evidence against the PBC though. So that's why I'm sitting here and I'm saying I think it's PBC who does not want this fight.
That's crazy.
So,
but
yeah,
go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you have Matt Cobbinger, a boxing insider. You have Bernie the Boxer saying it, somebody who's a close source to Bud, and you got ESPN reporting it now. at the end of the day, you are going to have to call a spade a spade. You know what I'm saying? So it is. I mean, listen, I gotta be honest. You know what I'm saying? It's looking like it's the PBC who's that won this fight. So, I mean, at the end of the day, you know, I was already on the fence about it this last week or so because when I seen these people come out and reporting on PBC not wanting this fight, or PBC in the contract, you know, and the ridiculous contract terms, I made me raise my eyebrow. And now we're having Mike Carpenter come out and say some shit. So man, I mean, at the end of the day, the same energy I gave for Bud, I'm going to give the same energy to the PBC, and I'll give the same energy to anybody. You know what I'm saying? Just because I may have people that I enjoy watching and people I support, they're never like too big for me just to be fair and use reason. So with that being said, man, until further notice, man, I'm in the camp that it's PBC who doesn't want this fight.
Damn, man, I agree, man. Hold up, it ain't done yet.
Mess right now, Max. I mean, they're trying to work through it. They thought they had a deal, and they need transparency over the expenses because Crawford, that's how much Crawford's going to make, right? This is a massive fight, as you've said over and over. Crawford wants to make sure he's being taken care of course. And it's different, right? Errol Spence is on the Al Heyman side. He's with PBC. You know, he's a big star in his own right. Crawford's looking for some transparency in good faith. And so far, they have not been able to come to terms on that.
And incidentally, I would welcome Al Heyman on this program to tell his side of the story. That's an open invitation. But it sounds like a duck to me. If it quacks like a duck and walks like a duck, it's a duck.
Damn.
And let me respond to this. Jason Williams, whatever your name is. Listen here, dog. I'm not going to sit here and come out and say it's Spence because you know what's so crazy about a fanboy like you? You'll listen to what Mike Carpenter says when he talks about PBC, but you won't listen to Mike Carpenter when he talks about Errol Spence wanting to fight when he clearly said it. So no, I'm not going to come out and say it's Errol Spence until I have evidence. If I have evidence, like I said, would I have evidence with any fighter? That if they're ducking, they're ducking. I have no problem saying that. But no, I'm not going to give you that quote-unquote win, that satisfaction because you want it. Because at the end of the day, I've been consistent. I've been the most consistent person on YouTube. I've been defending Spence for years because, again, he deserves to be defended because of his talking points. But with that being said, I have no problem calling out Spence if that is the case. But right now, it's not Spence. It's the PBC. You're not going to force me. You can get mad, glad, scratch your little ass because it's not going to happen.
Hold up. But yeah, man. So basically, hold
My
up.
problem is I'm trying to figure out, you know, what's going on. Why there ain't no guarantee and why he not letting, you know, proper receivers coming in on the back end and on the front.
I don't know, man. You sound kind of far away or something.
But Bushido, what's so crazy? Now notice this, Bushido, you haven't done this. But wait a minute, which one is it to the Bud fans? Is it because you guys are running with the narrative that that PBC doesn't want this fight? But what you're also trying to run with is the narrative that Errol Spence doesn't want this fight, even though Mike Carpenter said both fighters want it. So which one is it? To all the people in the comment section talking shit, which one is it? Which one are you going to believe? Because you can't believe one over the other. Because if you don't believe, go ahead.
I think what people saying is Spence is PBC. So I mean, look, but hold on. Spence did say a lot over the years. You know what I'm saying? I'm playing devil's advocate for you real quick. He said a lot of shit over the years. I'm my own boss. I make my own moves. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he picking up his phone. Oh, I got call. Oh, I'm my own boss and all that shit. So what happened? Well, like, what's going on?
Yeah. So if he's his own boss, then he's not PBC, then, right?
I mean, he got to make some shit happen, bro.
If he's not Bushido, if it's his own boss, he's not PBC, then, right?
I mean, he's under the PBC umbrella.
But then you can't be your own boss, then.
Well, he got to tell him to stop talking that shit. I'm just holding him accountable for what he said.
I know. I'm just saying that's not a good example because at the end of the day, it's Errol Spence. It's Errol Spence. It's Errol Spence who said he's his own boss. If he's his own boss, that means he makes his own decisions. So at the end of the day, like I said, I'm okay with seeing this fight on DAZN. If Errol Spence walks away and he goes and he says, you know what, I wash my hands of the whole situation. I'm just gonna go with the zone on this or something like that. But I'm all for it because at the end of the day, it's looking like the PBC doesn't want this fight. Because for years you heard it was top rank, top rank, top rank. Even though I was never really on that bandwagon, 100%, so to speak. But now it's looking like the PBC, and I'm gonna have to call a spade, dog. It's looking like the PBC. You know.
I mean, hey, they don't probably believe that Spence could beat this guy for real, bro. And instead of taking a gamble on it, they don't want to risk it because they already lost Wilder. You know what I'm saying? They don't know what his stock is going to be right now. So if they lose Spence, that's going to be a heavy blow. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, they could be stalling out Crawford and shit and trying to do whatever. You know, this is some bullshit. This fight should have been made already, bro. Period. But since they don't want to show Crawford what they're getting, all the expenses, they don't want to show everything. That makes it look kind of shady anyway.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to get at. Can y'all hear me?
Hey, hold on, let me read the super chat real quick. Salute to Sly Tendencies for another super chat. He says, I don't think Spence is afraid to fight, but I think Heyman doesn't have enough faith for Spence to win. Either way, it looks like a ducking from here. Yeah, man. Absolutely, bro. Yeah. That's what it looks like. It looks like a duck move, man. A stall out tactic. Like, but what are you stalling out for? Because if you stall him out, then you got to deal with Dry Ennis. You gonna have to deal with who else? He gonna have to fight a mandatory. Stanionis. What if one of them dudes get the one up on him for no reason? That'd be a waste of a fucking fight and everything. Like, what the fuck? This is be bad for Errol Spence's career. This fight doesn't made.
Bushido, did you read the Slide Tendencies super chat right now?
Yeah.
Well, exactly. That is what I've been saying since the beginning.
It's not as
Hey, it's echo, dog.
It's echo, dog. Yeah, you echo.
Can you hear me?
Bad, yeah. Can you hear me?
Dang, it's still going on. Okay, so like I said, I've been consistent, Bushido, and I've been calling a spade, dog. At the end of the day, this whole thing is looking like it's a PBC, man. And if I don't get this fight, PBC has becoming a cancer to boxing, like people say, and I don't care that it has black fighters or is headed by a black person. I don't care. At the end of the day, I want to see the best fight the best.
That's just a myth, bro. If you spade a spade real quick on PBC, and I said it many times before, man. They say it's a black ran organization, but I mean, if you look at the fucking cards, man, I mean, where are the black fighters at? I mean, I'm just saying, there's a lot of Dominicans and Hispanic fighters. So, I mean, I don't really fall into that narrative anyway. And for them not to make the biggest black fight in boxing, for them to make this, it shouldn't be this difficult. If Crawford wants to, if he's taking a low cut, if he don't even know what the fuck he's really getting, then he should be able to oversee everything. He should have some oversight over the expenses. It only makes sense. He'll be insane not to want. Somebody got an echo.
Yeah, that's me, man. I'm gonna come out and try to come back in. My bad.
All right. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's not a good look, bro. Not a good look for people at all. I mean, it's been a narrative for years that PBC been blocking fights, holding up fights. Al Heyman this, Al Heyman that, and this is like the sheet got pulled off, and everybody can see it firsthand of it actually happening. It's such a big fight, yeah, bro. Like there's no reason why that they shouldn't let Crawford see what he's getting.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But it shows me that they're not trying to do business in good faith with this guy. That's what it's looking like.
No, I can't. I mean, listen. At the end of the day, and like I said, because I have no problem if call a spade. For months, it looks like I was blaming Crawford because Crawford was the one who was stalling negotiations. But at the end of the day, dog, I mean, if he's not getting guaranteed money, I mean, what do you think? I mean, why would he go in there not getting guaranteed money? I mean, of course, if I'm not getting no guaranteed money, of course I want to see where is his money going?
Right.
Where's his money going? If I'm not getting guaranteed money, where's all this money going?
Right.
You know, so so Crawford and I listen. I'm wrong about that. I'm ready to admit that I'm wrong about that. I'm willing to recant my statement. You know what I'm saying? And say it's looking like no, Crawford did not hold the fight up for months in his negotiations. It was like PBC was on some bullshit when it comes to the contract negotiations.
Wow. The LT is on record. So people can get off. I guess guys can get off your back, man. They can get off your back a little bit, man. I think they should get off your back a little bit, man.
Well, they're not going to because they don't listen to reason, logic, and rationale. Like I said, I have PBC and Errol Spence are two different things, and Errol Spence has been consistent as far. So I cannot and will not until he's shown me otherwise get on his back. But if he's on some ducking shit too, I'll call him out and call a spade a spade. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's not Errol Spence, it's the PBC.
Damn. What's going on?
But
Drum? AOP? Good.
I'm upset kind of right now.
I don't think it's necessarily a good date anyway. But that was the date they were giving us. So we ready to see this.
Hey, can I ask a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
My question is why is it that, you know, but when it comes to Bud, and I hear the brother, I hear what you're saying as far as you don't have it, so on and so forth. But the evidence that we do have is that Spence has always verbalized openly how much in control he is of his career. And we went through years hearing this. Okay? Now, I do understand that people have to work with other people, but it was always his side of the fence, right? So now that this has come out, why is it so hard to believe or rationalize that, you know what I mean, that he potentially could be a part of why this is not happening?
Was that question directed towards me?
Yep.
Okay, well, before I answer the question, there's a lot of echo in the background.
Yeah, there ain't, yo, hey, there ain't, look, just like this, right? And hey, salute, Bushido, and salute to everybody that's on the panel. Look, for years it was the other side of the street shit, right? Because he fought on Top Rank, fought on PBC, you know, and he kept making barriers, get a belt. I'm gonna clean up my side of the street. You worry about your side of the street. Now that the damn fight was supposedly, and I knew this was some bullshit going back. Everybody that was saying that this fight was gonna happen off of faith. I think you guys don't understand what really goes on with boxing on the real. And like me, and many other people, whether they be Bud fans or whether it be guys that just understand what's going on. You know, this is the business practice of Al Heyman. He's been doing this shit ever since he came into the damn sport. I don't understand how it's hard for people to understand when cats have been making video after video after video, breaking the shit down on why this dude is bad for boxing. He's the one that's
Al Heyman bad for boxing.
Oh my God! See, that's what I'm talking about. But to finish off my point.
You answer the question instead of
no. How about I finish my take before I answer it? All right. Now I'm gonna land the plane right here. Right? You understand? Terrence Crawford had. Everybody said it was because of that Bob Arum. They couldn't get the damn fight done. Now he leaves Bob Arum. He fucking dismissed this dude in Top Rank. And guess what? Ever since then, it's been almost a whole damn fucking year since he's fought. You know, and that's partially on his fault. You know that he hasn't had a fight. But as far as he's trying to make this fight with Errol Spence has been so elusive to him. My thing is, Crawford's done everything he's had. He took a low ball offer, 35,
which he should have, by the way.
You understand? 35-65.
Which that's justified.
No, and now what's going on is now he's trying to get what he's worth because he's worth way more than what people keep claiming. Because both of them guys' pay-per-view numbers ain't shit. To be honest with you,
that's not true either.
No, it ain't shit. And then here's another thing too. these guys want to have their whole hand in the cookie jar. With with the back end money that they're going to make off this damn fight, and there's no guarantee on both guys' side. Now, everybody that sat up here and said that Terrence Crawford, it was Crawford's fault that this fight ain't being made for undisputed. Now you guys are looking silly right now. And everybody
hey, Lenard, let him get his shit off. Let him get because he told me he's supposed to tell me how Al Haymon was bad for boxing, but I'm still
You understand? So now that we're seeing what's going on now, now all you can do. I mean, everybody that understands boxing, that understands the business of it, is understanding now Al Haymon's the whole problem with this shit, man. The PBC's been the problem. Why do you think Fox got rid of him? Fox got rid of that bullshit. Now motherfuckers got to pay $74 for Deontay Wilder and Robert Helenius fight.
What are you talking about, bro?
Go ahead. No. Ask the question. Next the question you was gonna ask me.
You sat here and talked for 5 minutes. Hey, Sheeto.
Okay, go ahead, man. You asked me to answer a question. Let me answer.
Talking for 5 minutes.
Well, nigga, I mean, I'm trying to get off what I want to get off, my guy.
Go ahead.
All right, go ahead, man. Go ahead. I'm going on mute.
Cheeto. All right, so I see everybody's about to jump off the cliff yet again. For dudes that don't really listen to Mike Coppinger's news, every time he comes out with something, that motherfucker shakes the ground. All right, so now the fight's not gonna happen November 19th. Inciting because Crawford wants what's the terminology? Because
he wants transparency. Where's the money going?
No, Lenard. If you notice, Max Kellerman steered the interview to where he wanted to steer it. For the dudes that don't know nothing about giving an interview, you can actually kind of like guide somebody to where you wanted to go. There was no objectivity to it. If you go and you actually look at Mike Coppinger's article, it said that Terrence Crawford wants approval of the promotional budget. So not transparency. He wanted to approve the expenses of the promotional budget. So
what does that mean?
Kind of like, huh?
What does that mean?
Basically, let's say we're spending $200,000 on commercials for the fight. I want to approve the $200,000 before you spend it.
Oh well, shit! You can't do that.
That's what he's asking for, being that he's getting a split of the net revenue. So he wants to be consulted on what they're spending and how much they're spending. It's slightly odd to me, unless he's putting up a percentage for the fight to go on, like if he's paying, his side of the purse or paying for the venue. But whatever. Lance Pugmire comes out probably like 2 hours later and said there's no glaring issues on making this fight happen. They're still negotiating. Nobody even paid attention to that. Mike Coppinger puts out that the fight's off. Everybody runs out. Now, if you remember, Lance Pugmire is the same dude that used to write with Mike Coppinger on The Athletic. He's still with The Athletic. Mike Coppinger went to ESPN. Mike Coppinger is known, Shido calls him Mike Coppinger, is known for being 50% in the news. So I'm just asking for everybody, just relax. If Terrence Crawford and Earl Spence comes out and says that there's no fight, the fight's off, then I would say get like this. But like for every news, we either get really, really happy or really, really sad and start snapping. Relax.
Okay, I'm not saying what you're saying is incorrect, but if that's the case, man, because I was just about ready to jump down PBC's throat here. Because
you just saved him for Lennar.
I'm about to jump down their throat, man. Because
but let's call it's looking like some fucking bullshit, bro. Let's call it a face.
Yo, honestly, you know what the problem is? The problem is everybody is too entrenched in these negotiations. I'm pretty sure there's a whole bunch.
Want the fight, bro? This
but at the same time, if we react to everything that is going on, can you imagine what it's like for negotiations that we don't get a chance to see or hear about? You don't think that it's issues like this?
Man,
I didn't really read the article.
We doing updates every 4 hours. If you think about, oh shit, Terrence Crawford just tweeted this. Well, Earl Spence, man, I saw him. He had his shoelaces. Out. He don't want to fight.
Oh, I'm hearing his excuses, man.
Excuses on what? Yo, I swear to God, these boxing fans.
Man, these modern day boxers are bitches, man. Let's just keep it a buck, man. These modern day boxers. Look, man. I mean, not trying to disrespect the panel or nothing, but majority of these modern day boxers, and most of them fight on PBC, are pussies. Let's just call it what it is, man. There's always some loopholes, and we can't get this done because of this, that, and the third. And then we got the fans. The fans of these particular fighters on the PBC, are regurgitating the nonsense that come out of these guys' mouths.
Brother, it just seems like you're just angry. Like you got to axe the guy. Like
as a real fan,
you calling a dude that fights people for a living a bitch and a pussy. I want you to think about that. A bitch and a pussy. You fight people for a living?
I box. I do MMA too, man.
I said, do you fight people for a living?
Well, I am.
I can't get mad at somebody, right? Just like Terrence Crawford. If Terrence Crawford, if that reason is true, and Terrence Crawford doesn't want to go ahead with the fight because of that, is he a bitch and a pussy? If he doesn't want to fight Earl Spence because he wants to approve the budget, is he a bitch and a pussy? Yes or no? Is he still there?
Sound like some bullshit to me, man.
Can you answer the question? If Terrence Crawford chooses to not sign, is he a bitch and a pussy? You watch that man fuck 38 people up. You watch that man be successful in the amateurs. Is he a bitch and a pussy?
Nope. Because you know what? As a man, he'll take a low ball offer to get the damn fight done. But guess what? Is Errol Spence doing the same thing? No, he's not, man.
I said,
Errol Spence is finding ways to get up out the fight. What are you talking about?
You just said PBC fighters are bitches and pussies.
Yes, they are, because they do the same. They say the same shit. Call my daddy Al Heyman.
See,
call my daddy Al Heyman. That's what. Call my daddy Al Heyman, man.
Because you clearly got to axe the ground, brother.
You know what, brother? You know what? You're right. I do have an axe to grind. As a boxing fan, as a guy that pays for fights, right? All right? Which I'm not paying for no more PBC fights. I only paid for one, and that was Wilder Fury 3. Never again in my life will I ever pay for any shit that they got going on. You understand? Yeah, I have an axe to grind. You know what the axe to grind is? As a boxing fan, these promoters, in particular the PBC, and putting up the fights I want to see. So guess what?
Okay,
as a boxing fan, and I encourage everybody that's a real boxing fan, stand up. So these guys are trying to play you guys like hoes.
What are the fights that you want to see?
Trying to play you guys like hoes and call these hoe ass promoters out, man. Call Al Heyman out, man.
Fights in 1 year. What are the fights that you want to see?
Bro, this fight.
PBC gave you the biggest heavyweight fight that you've had in the last 2 years. What are the fights that you want to see, my brother?
Man, that was a fluke because they didn't think Fury. They thought Fury was going to be a cherry pick, and they all cherry picked gone wrong. So they capitalized off it. I mean, mainly Showtime really did, and Showtime made that shit happen. Actually, the third fight. So
the second and the third fight,
give Showtime the credit for allowing PBC
The fight was on Fox. At least if you're gonna hate right, the fight was
Man,
on
listen.
Fox.
Okay, it doesn't fucking matter. Fox got rid of PBC. All right. The whole overlining point that I'm trying to, the only overlying point that needs to be made, that needs to be cleared up, is the fact that PBC is trying to play PBC and a lot of these promoters, not just them, but some of these other promoters, but they're the main catalyst with Al Heyman. They're trying to play these fans like they're a bunch of hoes and shit. They're trying to pimp out the fans, and it's not working.
If Fox got rid of PBC, why they just throw 2 pay-per-views?
What?
If Fox got rid of PBC, like you said, why did they just throw 2 pay-per-views?
Well, you don't see them trying to have a 70. No, I'm not. What are you talking about? I'm not stuttering. I'm trying to answer, my nigga. So you should. Hey, you won't let me. This nigga. Hey, the PB. I don't know. You must be on PBC's payroll. I got you, man. It's all good. But
because you can't answer the question, I'm on the payroll.
No, you must be on PBC's payroll, man. Defending niggas.
Wow, you thought you was just gonna come in.
I'm speaking facts, my nigga.
You hating on fans, you hating on Al, you hating on everybody.
I'm hating on the whole ass shit these fighters are doing. These guys some pompous, arrogant motherfuckers that fight once every 2 years and shit and get the whole belts and shit. And I'm supposed to respect that. Fuck that, man. I
respect dudes that train their whole life and put their life on the line. Every time,
you know who I respect. I respect James Toney. I respect Bernard Hopkins. I respect who else? Roy Jones Jr. I respect those guys. I don't respect guys that don't fight. That call themselves champions and don't defend their belt more than one time every 2 fucking years, man.
Wait,
you know you have to blame for that shit. The PBC.
You mean Bernard Hopkins and Roy Jones that didn't fight a rematch? Roy didn't fight it because Bernard wanted 50-50, and Bernard didn't fight it because Roy wanted 60-40. Those two? Ain't that a contradiction?
Well, guess what? No, guess what? They already fought. But here's the thing. What are you talking about, my nigga? They actually got in the ring and fought, man. Yeah, they fought twice. These guys haven't fought once in 5 fucking years, man.
They fought once.
What are you talking about?
And afterward, they fought once, and then when negotiating the rematch, the business got in the way.
Big deal. They already fought at that particular turn. That's what you're not getting. Has Terrence Crawford and Spence fought yet? No, they have not. See, this is what I'm telling you. You got to be on these niggas' payroll, man. I'm telling you.
You got an issue.
Oh, my God.
With fighters making business moves, but then 2 of the dudes that you used, Bernard Hopkins didn't take it short after he lost. He wanted 50-50. And Roy Jones wanted 60-40. Therefore, that fight happened 8-9 years too late?
Big fucking deal. They fought. They already fought. My thing is they already fought. Okay, you want a rematch? But goddamn.
Your point is ass, my nigga.
No, my point is valid. No, my point is valid. Your point. No, you're grasping for straws, my nigga.
Bro, you like, Showtime didn't even make it. Bro, you sound stupid.
Okay, so what? Big fucking deal. Showtime, Fox. The fact that these guys have not gotten the fucking ring doesn't. And the fact that the PBC got dissed and thrown out the window by Fox should tell you everything you need to know. The only thing that Fox ever wanted was some pay-per-views because they was putting on shit show cards for people to watch.
If Fox got rid of PBC, why are they still throwing pay-per-views, bro?
Bro, they don't allow them to fucking broadcast the shit on their cable television, bro. What you talking about?
Fox has no cable television; it's regular TV.
Oh yeah, I know they don't.
What are you talking about?
But the PBC was on. But the PBC was on Fox. What are you talking about? The only thing that they can do is pay-per-view. What are you talking about?
Shido, can somebody else talk?
Oh my God! Hey man! But this is the knowledge, and this is the logic behind Spence, aerosexuals, man. That's all I got. That's all I got to say to this dude, man.
All of a sudden, I'm an Earl fan. You see how that as soon as you come with logic, all of a sudden you're an Earl-sexual Earl fan. I don't even fucking like Earl.
I got a question. YSM.
Yo,
I got a question for you. I got a question for you, just an honest, objective question. Do you believe that fights back in the days were a little bit more easier to make than they are today?
I believe fights were easier because everybody was under one network, even though there was different promoters. Like it would be like 5 or 6 promoters under HBO. The problem is that you got 3 or 4 networks all involved, and they're the ones that are actually fronting the money. So they actually have a lot of say-so in fights happening or fights not happening, because if they're not going to pay for the fight, shit, then the fight don't happen.
Oh, understood. My next question then is, if the network, all the network cares about is making money. So if you got 2 prize fighters, right, that obviously have a following and have some kind of, they have some kind of thing going for them, like why would the network not entertain such a fight of this magnitude? You know what I'm saying?
The networks are entertaining this fight. They're trying to make this fight happen. Fox and Showtime both want this fight.
Hopkins wanted 50-50 for the rematch. You capping. Salute to Jamal Neasy for the super chat, man.
I just said Hopkins wanted 50-50. Roy wanted 60-40. Yep. Maybe that person's young enough to not remember, but Hopkins wanted 50-50 after he lost to Roy. But I thought these old school fighters didn't care about the business of boxing.
They was getting busy.
Yeah. And Roy and Hopkins, that fight didn't happen. The rematch didn't happen when we wanted it to because of the business of boxing. True or not true?
Yeah,
ain't no feelings involved.
This first fight ain't even happened because
I mean, you're a Terrence Crawford fan, right?
I mean, look, you gotta look at it like this.
Go ahead.
If what they saying is true, if this is the holdup, why not let Terrence Crawford see where the money's going, see what money's coming in?
Bro, at the end of the day, that's between them two. I feel like the fight's going to happen, and we just, as fans, we so entrenched in these negotiations that as soon as the wind blows, we react like, "Oh, I told you the fight wasn't going." Honestly, bro, the issue with you is you still don't think it's going to happen, Shido. You've never thought it
seemed like
you think that I'm scared.
Yeah, bro.
You think that the fucking Hoagie is scared, man. Let's keep it a bean.
I'm nervous. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I don't think they believe that Spence could beat him. It shouldn't be all this, bro. If Crawford take the low cut, at least let him give that. November 19th, but it's looking like it's not gonna happen, bro.
I said the thing that I'm confused about, right? I watched one of your lives, and I watched the joint with Bernie, where Bernie said that Crawford.
Hey, this is a diversionary tactic that you're doing because you're diverting the whole concept of why we're talking about what's really going on and why this fight ain't happening.
I'm talking.
It has nothing to do with the damn split. Fuck the split, bro.
You had your time, You had your time.
Yeah, I mean, you haven't brought shit. You haven't brought nothing to the table that's worth a damn. Anyways, but it's all good.
I remember that Bernie said that Bud signed the contract, right? And then you had Blue Blood saying that Bud told him that Bud signed the contract. Did he sign it, or is he, or is it the issue is this last piece of business that he needs to sign it? That's what I'm confused about. Somebody help me out.
You just as confused as all of us.
I'm just saying. You got
salute to Daryl Hickman for the super. He says these guys got all the answers, but still no fight. Excuses. And salute to Jamal Neasy for the super chat. He says, why would Roy accept 50-50 for the rematch if he won the first fight? Explain.
I've never understood that. But like y'all said, these old fighters is G's, man. These old fighters, man, they don't care about the money enough. Okay, shit. Well, then that fight should have happened, right?
Yeah.
So we not getting the Terrence Crawford versus Errol Spence fight. Are we gonna pay $75-$80 for Deontay Wilder versus that that other guy, the Tyson Fury lookalike.
Bro, I'm paid at 75. Wilder's my god, bro.
Smash the like button.
Wilder's my god, so I'm glad to see Wilder back in the ring.
It's just not a good look, man. That this thing is just being drawn out for so long, bro. It's been months.
When did Earl fight? That was April.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, shit.
It's been almost 6 months.
I mean, 6 months is. I'm just waiting for an announcement. Let them get this business done. Everybody, sit in your chairs, man. Relax.
Yeah, I mean, also, man, I think about it like I'm kind of coming a little bit more clear with things that you're saying. Why it's saying when it comes to like, just think about the fight with Wilder and Helenius, right? Just as an example. Okay, we're not. They said the fight's October 15th. We haven't when they announced it from the point they announced it from the time that the fight started. They don't really talk about the fight too much more when it comes to the date, and they're not talking about what's going on in the back end. But some of the stuff that because the fight's so big, Crawford and Spence, it's going to be more talk about it because it's such a big fight. So people want to find every little thing to just be able to talk about the fight. So we're bringing up all kinds of shit. You know what I'm saying? But I'm kind of starting to believe that the fight is going to happen in November. I'm starting to believe it at this point because I think we are just kind of like overlooking the fact that like this is a big fight and there's going to be a lot of emotion, a lot of things brought up about the fight that's going to make people, you know, upset and very. And then you got a lot of people out here too, also trying to, you know, you got the demons that are spinning narratives and playing with the people's emotions and things like that because it's such a big fight and that's going to bring a lot of people to the channels and things of that sort. So it's been a lot going on over the last few years. So I can see why people are frustrated. But at the same time, I'm also thinking about the fact that a lot of these fights that we do see throughout the years, we don't really hear a lot of this talk because of the fact that these fights haven't been talked about over the last 4 years. You know what I'm saying? So it hasn't built up that type of atmosphere.
Yeah,
I definitely think the fight's gonna happen.
Hey, brother, I agree with you 100%. And the funny thing about the dudes that put out false narratives, right? Shido, how much stuff have we heard within the last 7 days? We've heard that Terrence Crawford had a bicep injury. Terrence Crawford signed a contract that and Earl Spence hasn't signed his. And then we're hearing that Terrence Crawford and Al Heyman can't agree on if Crawford would have approval over expense budget. This is 3 different things in 7 days, bro.
Yeah.
Crawford got a bicep injury. Nigga doing push-ups 5 feet in front of him. He got a bicep injury, though.
Right. Yeah, that was a bullshit. That was a bullshit report. Hell, we knew that was cap, but we've been hearing a lot of different things, dude. That's one thing we know for certain. That we've been hearing a lot of different things about this fight, but we haven't heard from the fighters themselves telling us if this is true. Themselves, they ain't saying shit.
And another thing about that too, they were told to keep things on the back end. And I think they have been for the most part, like been more quiet, which I think is a good thing. So that's probably why they're quiet because we did hear that too, you know, for them to be quiet and stop talking about a lot of stuff in the public. So at this point, like I said, just because we getting what we asked for, to be honest, like a lot of us have said we don't want to hear them talking about anything when it comes to the fight. Okay, cool. Now we're not getting that. So at this point, we got to be willing to be patient with the fact that, okay, we're not getting that. So now at this point, whatever's going on the outside doesn't even matter, to be honest. It's about because these were the main 2 guys that were doing that. Spence and Crawford were talking. You know, Spence was doing most of the talking when it came to how the fight when the fight would happen, if they will fight, whatever. And, you know, Bud will get out every now and then and respond. But I feel like since they're quiet now, we need to just worry about the fact that, okay, both of these guys want to fight. If they want it bad enough, it's going to happen. Because at the end of the day, if Spence wants it bad enough, he's going to be like, all right, there's some kind of way we can make this fight happen. What do I need if you want it bad enough, right? What do I need to do on my side as a fighter to make sure that this fight can happen and you guys are happy as well, and I'm happy also. You know what I'm saying? To where okay, or not even that, to where I'm at least satisfied to the point that okay, you guys are able to make the fight happen. You know what I'm saying? If you want to fight bad enough, just like with Bud, okay, if I got to do what I got to do, okay, I'm gonna take less of this. If that's what's being done, I'm gonna take less of this to whatever I got to do to make you guys happy and everybody else happy. Whoever like the promoters, whoever's getting paid, whoever else is getting paid outside of the fighters themselves, right? Okay, you guys are happy. If I get this fight, I'll be happy. Okay, hopefully that's something on the back end when it comes to okay, what happens next, like a rematch clause and things of that sort. But I kind of start to feel like the fight's actually going to happen at this point, man. That's all I'm saying. But
it's not looking good to me.
It doesn't look good because of the fact that it's so much. And like I said, I agree with you, Bushido. I'm frustrated too, bro. But I'm trying to find ways to kind of clear the shit up to where like I don't want to stress myself out about it because I've been damn near stressing about this shit because I love boxing, bro. You know, I love the sport, bro. And when shit like this happens, it frustrates me too. But if we continue to like worry too much, it's going, and you know what I'm saying, we're going to be only stressing ourselves. And guess what? We do all this stressing and shit and just say the fight do happen November 19th.
Exactly.
Time, energy, and words.
I feel like the fight going to get out to like the same way Mayweather and Pacquiao got dropped out.
Yeah, but remember, they wasn't in the room. Like, you got these dudes, they didn't already agreed on the money, right? They didn't already agreed on the money, they already agreed on the split. That's the hard part. Now you telling me that if this is true, then you telling me that the only issue is between Al and Crawford on approval of the budget. To me, this shit is right around the corner. What if Terrence Crawford wake up and be like, you know what, Al, it's whatever, I don't care. What if Al wake up like, yo, I just want to make the fight? Then everything, you know, all the hoopla, everything that's going on right now is for null and void because we get the fight. I'm just asking people to relax.
Hold on. I'm taking your advice, man, because that shit it can frustrate you, man. It can frustrate you.
What made me think that this fight ain't gonna happen anytime soon was how Spence already came out. To me, it was kind of like a tell when he already came out and said that he was gonna fight November 19th regardless.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah.
When did he say that?
Didn't he tweet it or something like that? I know somebody.
It was a talking from somebody else for most part.
Yeah, I didn't. I never saw Earl tweet that.
Yeah, Earl never really said out his own mouth or through his Twitter. So that's the thing right there itself. Like we worried about that, but instead of worrying about what the fighter said, okay, we're gonna hold the fighters accountable at this point if the fight don't happen. Because guess what? Obviously, neither one of y'all wanted it bad. One of y'all didn't want it bad enough. I'm not pointing the fingers, but one of y'all didn't want it bad enough to where this fight's not happening. You know, because it can happen. I believe they can make that fight happen.
My take too, man. I just, I don't want to see them not fight each other. They go to fighting somebody else, either a young blood, and the same thing that happened to Tyson Fury and Wilder, or my bad, Wilder and AJ. The same thing happened to them. Happened to Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence. You see, Wilder went up there, lost to Fury, and then AJ went and lost to Ruiz, and then the AJ fight and him was dead.
Man, I don't know. I like the optimism. You know what I'm saying? But
I get it.
It's October. There's no way this fight could happen in November now. There's just no way. No way.
It could be training now.
Training, but I'm talking about as far as the promotion and getting everything ready, bro. It's just It's not gonna work.
But you think they will be training and getting themselves down in weight and all that for nothing though? That's a big deal. You know what I'm saying?
The fight
cutting weight and all that. Because they could be already in the process of getting there. I'm just being optimistic, man. But
you can look at Terrence Crawford. You can look at he's already training, bro. You can look at his face.
Yeah, he's been training for sure. for the most part, from what I've been seeing.
But still,
So
no,
Spence was
that's
training
disrespectful. No, that's disrespectful at this point. There's no way this fucking fight should be just pushed out within a month, bro. It shouldn't.
It's not a month though, Shido. It's
Bro,
damn near 2 months.
Man, that's a month.
Yeah, it's less than 2 months for sure.
But
I think, I mean, I get it too, man. I get it because, like I said, I wanted to even possibly go to the fight. You know what I'm saying? I'm frustrated for reasons like that itself, but I feel like they could do better because they hear us talking about it in a way. You know, they hear us talking and complaining, and you know, because at the point, like I feel like you end up losing money after a while. You know, if you're gonna, you know what I'm saying, be pissing people off and they're gonna be like, fuck it, I don't want to watch this shit, or they don't want to pay for it no more. They will end up streaming this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you put yourself in a bad situation too. So I'm looking at it from both sides. You know, I can definitely see that being playing a role too with them doing with not announcing the fight as of right now. It should be announced by now, in my opinion. It definitely should be announced, but I feel like that could be a downfall if that's the case. Like if the fight does happen in November, like they say it does, and a lot of people are already frustrated and giving up on it. They're not gonna want to pay for this shit. Like y'all, fuck y'all. You know what I'm saying? You never know, man.
Mm-hmm. Salute to Daryl Hickenbottom for the super chat. He said Spence and Thurman destroyed the welterweight division. Oh, man, bro. It just seems like things tied to them, you know, really slowing up the division. You know, think about it. The fights, the fighters that's supposed to be fighting this fall season, like when they go fight, they don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like this thing is really, really holding up boxing. You know,
it is, man.
I agree. For the most part. So
I agree.
I don't know, man.
It's frustrating as hell, but I just think we just gotta have some hope, man, because November 19 ain't passed yet. You know.
Hold up. Salute to Peter for another super chat. He says Jamel tweet low key point to him knowing Spence not fighting Bud and trying to deflect Bud off Crawford plan to fight him next. Yeah. I mean, Charlo was really
it's a good point.
He's been on some bullshit lately. You know what I'm saying?
I wanted to say something about that. My bad, but so when it comes to that, like what started him to say that, make that comment? Because it just came out of nowhere.
Maybe some fan was tweeting something or something. I don't know, but he said something about Crawford knocking somebody out or something.
Yeah, I seen that about Lubin or whatever, fighting Lubin or whatever. If you come up to 154, that has to come from somewhere. It's coming from somewhere.
Fight. I doubt it, bro. But I'll see that being most likely if that was the case. But
yeah, that makes sense too. It's a Showtime event, right? So.
Wilder fight is a Fox fight, so
it's a Fox fight. Okay.
Yeah. So if it's on Fox, then they'll likely advertise it then and there. That would be the perfect time to say the fight's done. If they get it done in time, that's 16 days from now, right? So it's like 2 weeks. I mean, right in November, I'll tell you that. Because if anything, if we were supposed to get any type of news today, it was that this thing is a go for November official. Get your shit ready.
Right.
But instead, we got news that this thing is going to possibly be delayed. There's a risk of it happening.
That's a roller coaster for sure.
Yeah. So I mean, it's just a lot of bullshit with this fight, man. I mean, I don't know.
So if
it does look consistent with Al Heyman, you know, that every time something like this seems to happen, he's really involved. You know, I don't know, man. One day we hear that Crawford agreed, that Spence didn't sign, and you know he signed a contract. Next thing we hearing, this fight is imminent within a few days, and now we hearing that Crawford wants transparency in the expenses because he's taking there's no guarantee in the fight. Like where's all this, bro? What is going on with this fight, bro? It's been so many different narratives, so many different things. We just I don't know what's real anymore at this point. I do know that this thing, there's no way this fight could be happening November 19th. There's just no way. It don't even make sense. It don't even make sense for it to happen November now. December. This is a December fight now. This ain't a November fight no more. You said Pooh Dangles. You say you still got November 19th? Nah, man. I'm sick of that date now. That's gonna be a date people gonna remember for the ages and shit.
I know, right?
I don't say November 19th. What day is that? Well, the date we were supposed to get Spence versus Crawford, but
Right, it's gonna turn to a damn holiday.
Yeah, it's turned to a fucking holiday, November 19th, man. Come on. Man. Pooh Dangles, it ain't happening, bro. It ain't happening in November, bro. There's just no way. It's disrespectful for it to happen that soon.
It is disrespectful because of the fact that we've been waiting on it for so long. You know, they had no more than enough time to get the fight ready. But I'm just be optimistic, man. I get it. Yeah, you saying fuck all that.
I'm looking at it like this too, though. Let's look at it like this too, though, real quick. If this, let's just say this is what Mike Cappinger came out and said is true, and Al Heyman is, you know, holding Bud eyes over the money. Why can't Spence step in and be like, "Hey, let him see what the fuck this money is. Let him see it."
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. Good point.
So that if that is true, what Mike Cap is saying, how come Spence can't step in? Look, man, I'm the show. You know what I'm saying? And there's no fight at all without me. You know what I'm saying? So you let him see transparency over the funds of the fight since he's taking a low ball offer or whatever.
Because he should. Because I mean, I feel like you're taking the cut like that. You know for sure your worth is more. I mean, you want to see, okay, if I'm not getting this money, where is it going then? Who's more worthy of me? Who's more worthy than me? You know what I'm saying?
Right. Salute
who's
to
more worthy than me?
I mean, salute to Rice either for the super chat. He says Blue Blood claim PBC don't want to give TC a rematch clause. I mean, I don't know where that came from either, bro. I mean, I don't know, man. I to be honest with you, I don't know what the fuck I believe at this point. It's too much different shit coming from all angles.
Yeah, that's why it's so frustrating, man.
And then you got guys like Mike Cappinger and Max Kellerman on TV talking shit. So it's like, damn, this mainstream now? I mean, do we take this word as what the current situation really is, or do we still listen to the streets? I mean, I don't know. He said they trying to age Bud out. Man, it's looking like it, bro.
Yeah, man, they ain't trying, they are.
Yeah, this fight should have happened, though.
I mean, at this point, yeah, I get it, bro. I mean, it's tough, man. But
what's going on, B House Promotions? I see in the building. He says, "See how people jump the gun? Who's to say this ain't Al's first time hearing this, and would absolutely show him the books? And if Al does that and Bud doesn't sign, who's to blame? Bud, go sign. Bud already want the fight, bro. Come on, man.
Yeah. Man, that's obvious. I don't even know why that's even a comment.
Why would people not think a guy like Terrence Crawford wouldn't want to fight?
If you don't know Crawford, that means you don't know Crawford. You know what I'm saying? You don't
motor to make this fight happen. So why would you think it's against Crawford?
Like I don't.
Another thing too.
Anybody or any fight or anything like that. I just don't see it in him. If I'm out.
Yeah, and another thing too, Bushido, is they talking about the fight might possibly. I'm hearing now that the fight might possibly happen in January, right? Or February, whatever month of next year. My thing is this: if that's the case, man, and they don't give us an announcement within 3 months, 4 months, you know what I'm saying? I'll be pissed the fuck off, you know, because we're not going to continue to be, you know what I'm saying, trying to edge towards the corner, not knowing what the fuck going on, you know what I'm saying? So they definitely got to let us know what's going on at a timely manner if they're going to push it further back.
Right.
Because they just can't say, oh, the fight is going to possibly happen. We don't get an official announcement. You know what I'm saying? Around that same time. When I hear, see, this is what I'm going by now. If I'm going to hear a date, and I don't care, I'm not worried about who says it on YouTube. I'm literally going based off of, okay, I'm watching a fight, and they put it on the network on TV while everybody watching. That's when I'm going to say that, okay, that's the date that the fight's going to happen. I don't really care about no other dates outside of, you know, ESPN. You heard it on a few people mentioned November 19th, like on television, televised, but we don't know. That's not even concrete. But I want to see like literally an official card. They got a card, a co-main event, all that shit ready and everything. You know what I'm saying? That's when I'm gonna really take it seriously.
We still don't have a deal. What's the latest?
Max, we're getting further away than ever before. It was targeted for November 19th. I am told that if it does happen now, it's going to get pushed into either December or January. And the issue, Max, I am told, is that there are disagreement in the contract over event expenses and basically transparency related to those expenses. Terrence Crawford agreed to take the short end of the split and work off of no guarantee, and he wants to be able to just have some transparency there related to it, since he's going to be working off of the net revenue. And so far, they have been unable to clear this up. It feels like Al Heyman is holding up the deal right now. He advises Spence. Spence wants it. Crawford wants it. And for Crawford to agree to work off of just a purse split shows you how badly he wants this, in my opinion.
Hold on a second. You mean to tell me, because anyone who follows the Hollywood or anything, there's no such thing as the net. It's all the growth. I mean, certainly if you don't have oversight of the books, right, approving expenses, or certainly at least knowing where all the money's going, no one would ever agree to a net. The fact that Crawford's you work off the gross. But if you're working off the net, then certainly if what you're reporting is accurate, then Crawford would be out of his mind not to insist on that. And you're telling me that that's what's holding it up, that Al Heyman, who's advising Errol Spence, is not giving Terrence Crawford oversight over expenses or giving him transparency to the books, of the books. He's not letting him take a look at the books. And that's why Crawford won't sign, because that sounds to me, Mike, like a duck. That sounds like Al Heyman doesn't think that his guy is going to win and is ducking Terrence Crawford.
Damn. That's the mainstream narrative right now.
Yeah, I get that too. I mean, I can see that.
Hold on. He says the bigger problem is Al and PBC is holding up the whole other division. Man, that's the narrative, man. They pushing out this narrative on ESPN, on Max, on boxing. This is mainstream shit now. That PBC Al Heyman is holding up the fight, man. That's mainstream.
Oh man.
So the people that's not all into this shit like hardcore like we are, this is what they hear.
Right. And those are also people that will be willing to pay for the fight. So, and that's the thing. Like, we got to make everybody happy. But I think we're gonna be the ones that's gonna be like, fuck the fight. The other people are gonna, like you say, they're hearing it, they're gonna take it as it is.
Yep. Yeah, hit that like button for your boy, man. Got 111 people. Let me finish this conversation these gentlemen had.
Yeah, this is a mess right now, Max. I mean, they're trying to work through it. They thought they had a deal, and they need transparency over the expenses, because Crawford, that's how much Crawford's going to make, right? This is a massive fight, as you've said over and over. Crawford wants to make sure he's being taken care of course. And it's different, right? Errol Spence is on the Al Heyman side. He's with PBC. He's a big star in his own right. Crawford's looking for some transparency in good faith, and so far they have not been able to come to terms on that.
And incidentally, I would welcome Al Heyman on this program to tell his side of the story. And that's an open invitation. But it sounds like a duck to me. If it quacks like a duck and walks like a duck, it's a duck.
Oh my god,
man! I hope they ain't ducking, bro. I mean, I do know Jamel. I do know Jamel ducking. Or he running. He ain't really ducking. He more like putting up a wall before he gets.
Hold up. Let me Google. Let me see what Jamel was talking about.
Either they ducking or they pushing Crawford to see how low Crawford will go.
Man, Crawford he got an ego on him. He ain't finna just let them people do what they want to do to him neither.
Hold on, let me see Jamel.
That's gonna be a problem. But he already taken enough of a cut already. He shouldn't be taking too much more.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
see, look. He says, all right. He says, IKO better opposition ever done. Let's compare. Who dude knocked out? See, he didn't even tag dude. You know what I'm saying? He didn't even tag who dude was. Fans just put it together. Let me see. Yeah, fans just put it together. And then in Europe, trying to get that bag. Who has he fought? And then he said, Lubin with KOTC, move up to 154, we'll see it. So I don't know. He just started talking about Crawford out of nowhere.
Yeah, that's why I didn't get, like, it had to be coming from something, bro.
Yeah, I'm not sure where it came from.
Maybe he heard something too. Maybe he heard something in the background, on the back end when it comes to like, okay, well, I don't know, because he still got to beat Spence for anything. I feel like I think if he beats Spence, he'll go to 154. If he loses to Spence, hopefully they got a rematch clause, 2 fight there, he might retire. But that's how I look at Bud's career, if anything, at this point. But I feel like, maybe Jamel heard something, possibly, and him going up to 154. Maybe the contract was brought to him. I don't know, man, because he might, if it's a 2-fight deal and they got to fight. Hopefully that ain't the case, because the fight definitely, the deal ain't gonna happen when it comes to that. Because just say like they got the 2-fight deal, and the first fight for Spence, if he wins, he fights Jamel, and Jamel don't want to fight. That ain't that. You know what I'm saying? That'll hold it up too. We might have to blame it on Jamel too for holding up the fight.
Jamel a sucker.
Yeah, that shit that was whack.
They keep
Fighter, but
other people and like all these obstacles in front of Crawford. So now Jamel trying to put Ruben in front of him.
Man.
That's some bullshit. Man.
What's going on, Bushido?
What's going on, AOB Easy? What's good, man?
Man, been trying to get in, man. Had technical difficulties, man. I was on the road.
Oh, okay.
I wanted to speak, but
what you got to say about this, man?
Man, it's your usual Spence ducking. I put all the blame on Spence too, by the way. I hear some people saying it's Al. I hear some people saying PBC. I think it's Spence 100%. When a year ago or a year and a half ago, when Crawford was still with Top Rank, who was the problem? Everybody said it was Bob Arum. So what did Crawford do? He left Top Rank, try to make the fight. So now, what's the holdup? If it's Al Heyman that's the holdup, then why isn't Spence trying to make a move so we can get this fight made, like Crawford had to do?
Yeah. Hey, you got a point. You got a point, bro. Hey, remember what Oscar said? These guys hype behind Al Heyman.
Exactly.
That's what Oscar was saying. I mean, there could be some truth behind this shit. I mean, that's what it be looking like.
I mean, what it's looking like is these niggas is just trying to age Crawford out, man. I've always suspected that was the plan, and I mean, as you can see, that November 19th date is not gonna, it's not gonna take place. It's disappointing, man, because I know, like, a lot of guys won't admit it, but I know it's some fans out there that has spent their money and booked hotel dates and tickets,
right?
Counting on that date. But I mean, it just goes to show, man. It's Spence and his side, and you made a show. You did a show the other day. I think it was yesterday, saying how come Spence doesn't speak up, or PBC. And you're right, man. They do need to speak up.
Yeah,
I mean, it's all in the news. Everybody's calling Spence a duck, man. It's looking like PBC is the holdup. We haven't heard anything from PBC. The last statement that we've heard from PBC was a few months ago, when they were saying we're not looking to make an offer to Crawford. The fans aren't going to buy the fight. And you remember what was the president of PBC, Kevin something? I can't remember his name, but
yeah,
they was already putting a damper on the fight. That's the last we've heard any statement from PBC. Then I think you had Steven Espinosa came out saying something about.
Oh wait, I got it. Go ahead.
The fighters need to understand that they can't be asking for too much money or something.
Yeah,
I mean, who knows? We're not hearing anything. We have a right. They have to keep us updated. I mean, it's like the fans have a right to be updated. Why can't Fox or PBC or somebody give the fans an update of what's going on? What's the holdup?
Right. Yeah. I mean, somebody got to be a spokesman to let people know what's going on.
So when people were saying, well, why isn't Crawford saying anything? Well, I mean, Crawford is all in. He's left Top Rank. He's trying to make the fight with on Fox Showtime with Spence. It's on them to make a statement and give us an update. What's going on? They're just being quiet. Spence making these cryptic, whole ass little tweets. I mean, these dudes are just weird, bro. Like,
hey, hold up, real quick. I got something for you guys.
Go ahead.
Y'all want to hear something from a PBC exec? Salute to Charles Hill. He knows Sam Watson. He has Sam Watson on camera. Some of you guys may have seen this already, but if you didn't, now you're about to see it.
We're in Los Angeles, California, SoFi Stadium. and I need to make sure that Sam Watson gets Errol Spence Jr. in the ring with Terrence Bud Crawford. What are we doing, Sam?
I 100% believe it's going to happen real soon. I believe that I just love this fight. And I believe it's going to work.
Okay. Now, am I allowed to talk shit if Spence doesn't get in the ring with Bud?
It's not Spence's fault. It's not Bud's fault. It's just the business. They got to, once they sign the contracts, then there's a big fight.
All right.
Super big. The biggest fight since Hearns and Haggis.
It's a massive fight. So I'm just saying, my money's on Terrence Bud Crawford.
Why?
Because you know my money's on Terrence. I bet on winners. I bet on people who win. Yes. Of course, I win every day. Terrence Bud Crawford is challenging Errol Spence Jr., undisputed welterweight champion of the world. Get him in the ring.
Holding him accountable. He's trying to find somebody to push it.
Hey, was that Charles guy, man? What's his name?
Sam Watson is Al Heyman. So, I mean, look, he asked him right there. That's as close as you're going to get to Al Heyman as Sam Watson.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. He said it's not the fighters. He said it's the business. That's what he said. But I see what everybody else is saying, too. You know what I'm saying? Like, transparency with the expenses. Like, y'all not letting this dude see what the money's like. What? Like, come on, man.
I mean, I think you're supposed to do that. Know that, right?
Yeah.
If you're a fighter, you get in the ring, your life on the line. I should know where that money's going. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. So
that's guaranteed purse.
Yep. I don't know, man, but that's just the current news, man. You know, November 19th, I don't see it happening. You know, Pudango said Spencer Ugas happening in 6 weeks, but I mean, that's Spencer Ugas, bro. They knew that fight wasn't going to do that good anyway. This is a much, much bigger fight than that. You know what I'm saying? But if they try to do that in 6 weeks, this fight, that's disrespectful to the fighters, to the fans, and everybody that put their energy into this shit. Give us at least 2 months. You know what I'm saying? Like, December is the date now for me. I don't see it happening. I don't see it even happening. Or even January be even better because then the holiday season will be out of the way.
Yeah, but if we get any of them dates, man, I need to see it officially.
But I don't know. I'm leaning more towards December of 2023 at this point.
Oh,
I mean, there doesn't seem to be any type of sense of urgency, man, from Spence side to make this fight in any, you know, I mean, like, come on, man. Like, I don't know, man. You saying November, December. I think they're just gonna. I think something else is gonna come up, man. Where it's gonna be an excuse why the fight can't be made. I don't think it's happening, man. You heard it here first.
You don't think it's happening?
The fight not
happening. We'll see it in 4 years.
Man, this shit ain't happening, bro. If it don't happen in January, I'll give it till January, the official deadline for this fight. If it don't happen by January, it ain't gonna happen at all. You know what I'm saying? It's just not gonna happen because the mandatory is gonna start kicking in, bro. The sanction, but they really hold up boxing with this shit. You know, a lot of guys sitting down, not getting paid, not fighting, not, you know what I'm saying? Guys that's ranked and shit, that's kind of waiting for their shit to move. They can't move because of this.
Right, and they got it can't be the money. You know what I'm saying? I know they got the money out there.
So, yeah.
Offering all this other money to all these other fighters. I know they got money out there for them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man.
But yeah, what are you guys' closing thoughts, man? Do we get this fight November 19th?
I say yes.
I think we get Spence versus a mandatory on November 19th.
They got to announce that too.
That mandatory gonna be a tough mandatory, bro. It just ain't gonna be anybody. It'll be like Boots or, you know, Stanionis or somebody like that. It ain't gonna be just anybody. So I doubt that too. You know, what about you, AOBZ? What you got, man? Is this thing happening in November? You said no already, right?
I mean, I have no faith in it happening in November. Matter of fact, I think I see Spence dropping a belt. I see Spence dropping one of those belts. Damn. And not only that, still not make the fight with Crawford and end up fighting some other bum as a tune-up.
I hope not, bro.
He went to the worst case scenario.
He's opposite of optimistic. I can tell you that.
Yeah, he went all the way to the left, all to the right, like, hey, Nah,
they got to give me something, man. They got to give me something if they want me to be.
I feel you got to see some concrete. Feel you.
My homie just, man, he heard the news, man. He fucking booked a ticket out there, man. One of my homies from out this way, he booked a ticket out there that week. I told him, no, man, that's ESPN.
Think the rest of the said she did too.
If you didn't hear that shit from Fox or Showtime, man, it's not concrete.
Right. If you didn't hear official, they don't do nothing, bro.
On the Brian Custer, on the Brian Custer, Clarissa Shields said she got her tickets. Not tickets, but yeah, her flight tickets, yeah. But
Fox and Showtime, they didn't even come out and debunk that bullshit, man. They didn't even debunk it themselves. You know what I'm saying?
They didn't say nothing. That's what I'm saying.
They just let people go with the rumor, man.
Yeah, like nobody's saying anything.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
It's a narrative that's going out of control that may possibly not even be true, but nobody's saying shit. Where's the spokesman? Where's Steven Espinoza at to kind of stir the narrative the right way if this isn't true?
Yeah, he got quiet. He was talking a little bit.
He was. Espinoza talks. He be on their Twitter and shit, tweeting, talking shit, but he ain't said nothing. Let me see what Steven been doing. See what Steven been doing. Because he been talking shit. He's been a spokesman for PBC, but let's see.
Yeah, that's what they get a big fat F.
Yeah, see, he ain't talking about nothing. Yep. Shit, might be right this time, y'all. If Steven ain't talking about shit, he's the spokesman for PBC. Oh shit, I'm not even following Fight Hype. Let me see what Fight Hype said. He said, I tried to tell y'all already it was bad news. Now you know November 19th is 100% false. Damn, Fight Hype said this. Shit, man. Hey.
I knew it was false as soon as I seen it came from Mike Cappinger, excuse me.
November 19th is false, bro. It just didn't sound right. I mean, it's too close.
Maybe it's this weekend.
Even December sounds too close for this such a big fight. More realistic. Give us like 3 months. You know what I'm saying? Get the holiday out of the way. Get some hype going for the fight, some official trash talk, some shit talking going for some 3 months, and then we explode on January fucking 15th or whatever it's gonna be.
But they'll have it on Super Bowl weekend.
Oh shit, that's when that is?
No, I'm talking shit.
But this is what Fight Hype had to say about this, man. And Fight Hype don't really, give updates, but Ben came out and said, look, man, I told y'all this shit was false. Bad news, man. Bad news. G Money, you been coming for YSM, man. You looking for YSM. He coming for YSM, man.
Yeah, where YSM at, man?
Yeah, he dipped. He dipped.
YSM been saying that this damn fight was done since before Spence fought Ugas. He been saying that shit is done with confidence.
Man,
he sold me. My boy sold me. I ain't gonna lie to you. He had me goddamn. Okay, I'm gonna take that. I was excited. We're gonna talk.
Man, this fight ain't done, y'all. I don't think it's gonna happen in November. It just don't make sense at this point. But man, I don't know, man. It's been a good stream, you guys.
Yes, sir.
Everybody on the panel, man, go subscribe to J Rod's Level Up Boxing TV. Salute to my boy.
I'll let y'all.
And right. Luck it, man. Salute to chat, the panel. Everybody, peace out.
Salute to the panel.